good afternoon Hawks. I'm Pollyanna Fitzgerald from Lightspeed Sports Recovery. Just putting a little bit of a video together for you on some body weight exercises that you could include in your strength workout. Body weight exercises are great because you don't need any equipment, you can do them anywhere, and they're just nice and simple. They also get you using your body a little bit better as well. So there's some really simple stuff like you've got squats and those sorts of things that you can all include. So I'm just going to show you a couple of variations that you could include that are different from the bog standard squats and that sort of stuff. So for this one, you're going to take your stance to twice shoulder width apart. So it's like a sumo squat. So you're going to come down into a sumo squat, and then from there you're going to shift your weight from one side, bring it back to the middle, and then over to the other side, then back to the middle and come back up. So again, you can make this harder by staying down and doing more weight shifts, like so. And what this is doing is this is going to start working the inside of your thighs, your adductors, which we obviously need for when we're playing hockey. So that's one variation. Other variations you can do normal squat, drive the knee up, squat down, drive the knee up. You can then incorporate that into a lunge and step through. And it just creates more movement through your body and more work. You can also do it laterally as well, and various things like that. You can also be more dynamic. So when I talk about dynamic, you're adding a bit more explosion. So you can do things like a squat, and then jump into split squat, and then back into squat. So various things like that, just to change things up. Another exercise which is really good to include is some stiff leg deadlifts. So for these, you can start off with straight legs on two legs. We will move it on something more advanced. And all you're doing from there is you basically stick your butt out, come down with the back fairly straight, as low as you can go, touching the floor, and then back up again. And this really helps to use your hamstrings, which is something that, as hockey players, we use quite a lot. So to take that on to the next level, you're going to do it on one leg. So it doesn't matter where you put the spare leg, you're going to come down, touch the floor, and then come back up again. You will bend the knee slightly to do this one, so it's coming down and then back up again. Okay, so from there you can make it harder still. So taking the same arm, you're going to tap to the side, come back up, tap to the front, and then tapping across the body while not putting that other leg down. And also repeat that on the other leg as well. Another exercise which is really good to include in your workout, but I can't demonstrate because I haven't got anyone to hold my legs. So if you've got anyone at home that can hold your legs with social distancing, obviously in play, have a look up on YouTube for something called Nordic hamstring curls. And they're really good. If you ever have hamstring issues, this is something you should be including in your strength training program pre-season and during the season. And just gradually increase their intensity and how hard, because you can make them easier and harder. Okay, so a couple of other things that I really like are ones that incorporate your whole body in the movement. So I love these ones, they're called bear walks. So all you're going to do is you're literally going to touch your toes. You then walk your hands forward into a press up position, and then you're going to press up and back down. You then walk back up again. So I'll show that one to you again. So you're coming down to touch the floor, walk the hands forward. If you place your hands further apart, that makes the press up easier. Closer together makes it harder. And then you're going to come down and then back up, and then push yourself back up. So the great thing about this is it works your slings, so your opposite shoulder to hip and vice versa. So that's really good movement for when we're swinging through and hitting a ball and things like that. Also incorporates the hamstrings and a little bit of upper body strength. So that one was why I really like that one. It's also an alternative to burpees, which I have to say are a little bit boring and quite tiring. So it's a little bit less intense for those of you that want it, but you can make it more intense just by increasing the amount of reps you do. Another one I like to do, which is a bit of an alternative to a plank, you're basically going to go down onto all fours. From there you want your hands just in front of your shoulders. You're going to tuck the toes under and you're going to lift through the knees, and you sort of hold that position. You can then do taps on your shoulders, you can lift the leg and various things like that. The other thing you can do is start moving, so you can go sideways and then back, you can go forward and back again. The key thing is to keep the back nice and flat and to keep the knees just off the ground. Okay, so that is another really good exercise. That one will work your quads, it'll work your core, it'll work your upper body as well. So those are the key things that you can just add just to make your strength training a little bit more interesting. If you have any questions on how to do any of those things or any variations further that you want to add but you want to chat to me, just give me a buzz either through my email or my website or Facebook page or Instagram, any of those platforms, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.